an ex-nerd who used to just play video games and never do anything physical. So anyways, I have a bunch of topics I want to make videos about, but today I was inspired to talk once again about the good old NoFap and PMO related things. And I was inspired because Johan from Path of the Utopian and or Utopian Wanderer channels relapsed recently into checking out some pornography apparently, and I don't want to talk about him specifically too much in this video because I will let him do the talking on his channel the way he sees fit. So this is not like a personal, I'm not personally addressing him here too much, or that's my intention at least, but he inspired me to talk about this topic since I saw someone like him with a really long NoFap streak relapsing in some manner. It apparently wasn't anything, you can go watch his videos and you can see what happened, but it wasn't like a massive binge relapse, so it's not as bad as it could be. But anyway, he talked about how he doesn't want to count days for a while at least, or maybe never again, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I wanted to talk about why I also have not been counting days for a while, or basically ever. I've never counted days on this channel, on my own channel, and the reason for that is once I got to a certain point, I reaped the benefits of doing really strict controlled NoFap and no PMO, and I figured that if I want to let go of my past, if I want to let go of my past problems, then I should not focus too much on those past problems. Now, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking, well, why am I talking about this topic then? If I'm not counting days, but I'm still making videos about it. Well, the difference here is, if I count the days, then I am every day putting focus into it. I am focusing on the NoFap and the no porn and all that every day if I count the days. But if I make YouTube videos about it, I actually don't plan these videos at the moment, like basically at all. So even today, I just sat down by the computer to talk. That's it. I picked up my mic and I did. Yesterday, I filmed this footage of me splitting the wood because I knew that I'm going to talk about something today. So I just filmed content so that I could talk over it and talk about something. But I didn't plan anything that I'm talking about today. So that means the whole week, since the last videos, I haven't thought about anything related to any of my videos or my channel or anything else. So that's the difference. So even if I make content once a week or twice a week where I address the porn addiction or the fapping compulsive masturbation problems, I don't live and breathe that topic and that life and that past of mine. And that's the difference to me. So that's the reason why I don't want to count days and I don't want to make videos about counting days. And I gotta say, there's been some really good comments. I urge everyone who is not familiar with Johan and his channels, I urge everyone to go check those channels because there's some really good stuff there, and the recent videos he posted, the comments are interesting to read as well. And I feel like this is really, now I'm finally gonna get into what I really wanted to say today. I really feel like, and this is what I said in the comments as well, I feel like counting days is a really good tool when you are beginning your journey of NoFap and getting rid of porn for the first time. So, if you struggle with addiction, and you want to heal your addiction, you want to get rid of your addiction, you want to become a normal, healthy, functioning person again, I think you should count days because it encourages you to keep going and it gives you something to compare yourself to when you fail. So let's say today you can do 3 days and you relapse. Then you can do 2 days and you relapse. Then you can do 1 week and you relapse. Now you have the 1 week as the new standard. You know you can get that far. And then the next time you get to 1 week, you think to yourself, damn, if I only hold on to 1 more day, it's going to be a new personal record for me. So I think in that sense it's good. But obviously if you count days, then you have to really define to yourself what NoFap means to you. And if you're doing NoFap because you want to get rid of watching porn altogether, then you need to understand that it's not about porn as defined by society. It's not about you going to a porn site. It's about you literally seeking, and this is from Scandinavian Bob, a really good channel as well. I'll put these channels in the description, by the way. He made a great post recently where he said that you shouldn't seek and you shouldn't peak. And that's what it's all about, really, in my opinion. It's not about porn. It's not about going to a porn site, whether or not you go to a porn site. It's not about whether you watch bikini girls on Instagram or whether you watch hardcore porn, because those are the same thing to you. If you seek something arousing, that's already setting you up for failure. And here we get into the really sort of muddy waters of NoFap and no porn and all this confusion that makes this so goddamn difficult for so many people. If you don't define to yourself your problem, which most likely your problem is compulsive behavior, and you seek arousing things to alleviate stress or anxiety or boredom or something else. There's in many cases when you have porn addiction, when you have fapping addiction, you're medicating on negative feelings, negative emotions. And that's why anything that causes arousal in your brain should be labeled as porn in this case. If we're using the term no porn, then we shouldn't think about no hardcore porn. We should think about no arousal. And I think that's why we should really redefine these things anyways, like NoFap and no porn, semen retention, all these things. If you do semen retention, then you're gonna think, and this happened to me so many times, okay, I'm just gonna watch some hot bikini babes on Instagram, because that's not pornography, it's not hardcore porn, so it's, and I'm not going to touch myself, I'm not going to release, so it's going to be semen retention. But that doesn't really solve any of your problems, because your problem is the arousal. You're using the arousal as medicine to your real life your mental problems, or whatever the fuck it is that you're using for. I'm just using my own anecdotal experiences here. That's why I say that it's always negative emotion. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else for you. But the point is, no porn is actually also kind of a bad term to use for the reasons that I just stated. Because it's not about watching hardcore porn. It is about doing anything that arouses you, any seeking of anything arousing. You can't go onto YouTube to look at hot girls. You can't go onto Instagram to look at hot girls. You can't watch hentai. You can't watch ecchi. You can't browse and scroll through news articles in hopes of finding an article about Kanye West's wife or partner, whatever, who is wearing practically nothing and has massive boobs. And why I'm bringing this up as an example is because I check a Finnish news website, which is sort of like a compilation of all the Finnish news articles from all different sources in Finland. So it means there's all kinds of magazines. There's the good ones with real news, and then there's the shitty ones with shitty news, with stupid news. And some of the stupid news include what I just said as an example. Kanye West was with his girlfriend's wife, whatever, in a public place, and the woman had her tits out, basically, because you could see through the clothing. That is actually going to trigger so many people who are struggling with addiction and who are trying to leave porn behind of them. That is going to trigger so many people, because I used to get triggered by that as well. And I used to search for those things. I remember so vividly, I was having a really good streak back in the day. I think it was about a month streak. And fuck me, I saw a news article about some kind of Instagram model. And I checked the article and I checked the pictures. And guess what? Before I clicked that article open, I could feel my brain get flared up. I could feel it, like my brain was on fire, because I knew there was going to be something sexy behind that one click. And then I clicked, and then I saw those pictures of that woman in that bikini, and I got that high. And guess what happened next? I Googled bikini models. Guess what happened after that? I got into some hentai, I got into this, I got into that, and eventually I was back to binging on hardcore porn. So, I already forgot what I started this video and this speech with, to be honest, but I think I will always be a porn addict, in the sense that the danger lurks right behind the corner. Always, and it always will. It will always haunt me. So I have to always stay vigilant. I have to always remember my purpose. I have to always decide and choose to love my woman and to love myself and to keep trying to educate others on the dangers of that addiction. So anyway, thanks for watching. I had no script. I had no idea what I'm going to talk about and what I'm going to do. So this was all over the place as per usual. But thanks for watching. And if you're interested in following along and seeing how the next year, starting next month, is going to go, and how I'm going to evolve now that I am at this point where I have noticed that the same dangers still lurk behind the corner, but I have stronger conviction than I've ever had before about staying clean. So thanks for watching, and I wish you a blessed day. Bye bye.